Lovely summer. It's rather lovely to be back, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. We had a lovely summer, though. Lots of beach action, family, friends, kids,
big
ice creams, as big as your head.
That's how it should be.
All that kind of stuff. It's been really fab. But I tell you what, I was really excited to come back.
What is the true cost of a curated life? In an era where public persona is a currency, the stories we are sold about wellness, strength, and happiness often crumble under the slightest scrutiny. The recent feature on Kat Deeley in a major newspaper presents a perfect case study. It's a portrait of a woman in perfect balance, mentally, physically, and emotionally strong, sharing the secrets to her lovely life. But when we hold this carefully constructed image against the unyielding timeline of real-world events, a profound and troubling contradiction emerges.
Those things, you are completely exhausted. Well, I am anyway, if I'm being very honest. And
This isn't just a story about a television presenter. It's a dissection of the modern fallacy that perfection is attainable and that a life well lived is one that looks good on the surface, regardless of the fractures beneath. The persona presented in the article is meticulously crafted. Kat Deeley is the effortlessly elegant, the accidentally healthy. She doesn't try too hard. Her wellness is almost a happy accident. She accidentally fasts. She avoids the grim intensity of the gym in favor of gentle, mind-quieting yoga at home. Her beauty is low maintenance, but only through a regime of what she openly calls high-maintenance work. The laminated eyebrows, the professional hair color she calls an investment, the Sunday night fake tan sessions, the recent foray into an injectable moisturizer. She is quick to assure us she isn't trying to change who she is, merely to be the best version of herself. She claims to love her laughter lines as signs of a life well lived. Her style is a relatable mix of high street and secondhand, tailored to perfection. She is, in her own telling, a woman completely at peace, in control, and comfortable in her own skin. It's a compelling, aspirational narrative, a modern fairy tale of having it all without seeming to break a sweat.
I mean, that's like dinosaur years. I'm like a T-Rex. I've been around for that long. They're going to dig me up like a fossil afterwards, but I love it.
But this fairy tale was being constructed as the castle walls were crumbling in real time. While this article was being prepared for publication, Kat Deeley's actual life was undergoing a series of profound and very public crises.
Of a split earlier this year when Kat was absent from Patrick's mum Mary's funeral. The This Morning host was notably missing from the mournful occasion in Dundrum, Ireland.
The first major crack appeared in May 2024, with the death of her mother-in-law and Keelty. At the funeral in Ireland, a deeply significant moment of family mourning, her husband, Patrick Keelty, was present. Kat Deeley was conspicuously absent. There was no public explanation, no account of an unbreakable prior commitment. For a woman who speaks of family dinners and a lovely life, this was a stunning failure to fulfill the most fundamental role of a partner, to be a pillar of support during a time of ultimate loss. Where was this famed, emotional strength, when it was needed not for herself, but for her family? This wasn't a private grief, it was a public abdication of duty, the first major indicator that the serene image was a facade. The second crack became a chasm just 2 months later, in July 2024, when the official announcement came.
Kat Deeley and Patrick Keelty have revealed they are splitting after 13 years together. The couple, who wed in 2012, announced they had called it quits today. They said in a joint statement, "We have taken the decision to end our marriage and are now separated. There is no other party involved. We will continue to be united as loving parents to our children and would therefore kindly ask for our family privacy."
Kat Deeley and Patrick Keelty were separating. The marriage, the foundation of the lovely life, was over. This revelation reframes the entire Telegraph interview. The discussion of being emotionally strong reads not as a statement of fact, but as a desperate affirmation in the face of collapse. The whirling thoughts she tries to calm with yoga were likely not just about work, but about the disintegration of her family unit. The article transforms from a portrait of wellness into a performance of it, staged in the midst of personal chaos. And then came the reports that revealed the potential bitterness of this collapse. It wasn't just a sad, mutual parting. Sources claimed that Kat was actively fighting to have Patrick removed from their £5 million family home in London. she allegedly wanted the mansion for herself. This is the most damning contradiction of all. In the article, she presents herself as a philosopher of minimalism, asking, "What is the point of having 18 pairs of jeans when you only wear 3? It's a line designed to signal that she is grounded, unmaterialistic, and wise. Yet, when it came to the most valuable pair of jeans in the wardrobe, the multi-million-pound marital home, the principle of enough vanished. The woman who preaches against excess was reportedly engaged in a battle for the ultimate prize. The low-maintenance lifestyle suddenly looked incredibly high-stakes and ruthlessly materialistic. When we line up these contradictions, the narrative completely unravels. The emotionally strong woman, in practice, appeared unavailable when her strength was most critically needed. The woman who claims she doesn't want to change her appearance is the same one meticulously altering it through a costly and time-consuming regime of procedures. This isn't authenticity. It's the performance of authenticity, a conditional acceptance of aging that requires an army of professionals. And the prophet of minimalist simplicity reveals her philosophy to be merely a fashionable aesthetic, one that is immediately discarded when real, life-altering assets are on the line. This matters far beyond the world of one celebrity. This narrative is part of a toxic cultural script we are all sold. It's the idea that wellness is a set of consumable secrets, that strength means presenting a serene face to the world even during devastating personal crises, and that a woman's value is tied to her ability to maintain this illusion. It pathologizes normal human experiences like grief, conflict, and anger. If Deeley can host a live TV show and give interviews about her lovely life while her marriage ends and her family grieves, what does that say to the rest of us navigating our own, quieter struggles? It tells us we are failing. It creates an impossible standard where the performance of wellness is more important than the messy, authentic experience of being human. So, who is the real Deeley? We don't know. And that's the ultimate failure of this curated narrative. The persona is a commercial product. The tabloid figure is a fragment seen through conflict. The real person is likely in the painful, unphotogenic middle, a woman grieving, fighting, and trying to hold her world together. And that is what we could have connected with. We connect not with perfection, but with shared struggle. By denying her own, she has built a beautiful, empty shell. The most valuable secret to a good life isn't in an injectable or a juice cleanse. It's having the courage to live your real one, with all its flaws and fractures, rather than just performing a perfect one for public consumption. The tragedy isn't that her life isn't lovely, it's that she feels compelled to pretend the unholy parts don't exist.